One, two, three, four. Well, I stopped into a small town bar today with nothing special on my mind, when a fella in a long trench coat came up and he sat down by my side. He ordered us a couple of oldies so I might listen to his tale. His hands looked old and they were shaking, Lord, and his face was drawn and pale. But let me tell you about this woman, the prettiest I ever seen. I thought she was my bread and butter, but she was a nuclear dioxin queen. She was a nuclear dioxin queen. Her daddy was a biochemist. He worked on fertilizer sprays and crops, and preservatives and nuclear weapons, till one day somebody called the cops. When he improvised a strain of lab rats, 2'4" by 4'3", that lived on a diet of styrofoam, chicken nuggets, and DDT. After several years of dreaming up revenge, he got out of jail and turned real mean. Yes, he dreamed up my bread and butter, but she was a nuclear dioxin queen. She was a nuclear dioxin queen. Had a human mother. She was nurtured in a big bell jar. Instead of blood, her veins were full of PCBs. She breathed monoxide from a beat-up car. He made her skin to look like satin, an angel modeled for her face. Yeah, she was built like a brick shithouse, Lord, but he fed her on atomic waste. I really knew it from the first time I kissed her, and my fingernails turned green. But I couldn't leave my bread and butter, though she was a nuclear dioxin queen. She was a nuclear dioxin queen. Though she became a Miss America candidate, her daddy made her so to just survive. He needed technological catastrophes every now and then to stay alive. She fed on oil slicks at Santa Barbara. She hyperventilated at Bhopal. And little did the innocent public know that her daddy was behind it all. So when I met her at 3 Mile Island, of course her daddy was on the scene to make sure I met my bread and butter, though she was a nuclear dioxin queen. She was a nuclear dioxin queen. We got married a couple of years ago, and right away we had a couple of kids. The first one looked and acted like Al Capone, but the second one resembled a squid. And all this time she was the perfect mother. She held on tight and helped me share the load. And I thought I was her perfect lover, 'cause when I made love to her at night she glowed. But now looking back across the years, it all seems like a really bad dream, because I thought she was my bread and butter, but she was the nuclear dioxin queen. She was the nuclear dioxin queen. He pulled his trench coat up around him, and he stood up halfway stoned. And I'd swear that when he tightened up his belt, there was nothing under there but bone. He said he had to meet her down at Cape Canaveral a little later in the USSR. He muttered something about a place called Chernobyl and kept on mumbling as he left the bar. What amazed me was the way he accepted things. For him, apocalypse was just routine. because he couldn't leave his bread and butter, though she was the nuclear dioxin queen. She was the nuclear dioxin queen. She was the nuclear dioxin queen. She was the nuclear dioxin queen.